if you hear French people speaking, or if you hear Moroccan people speaking, or here in Saint-Hyacinthe.
That's true. Actually, it varies a lot on its grammar, its syntax, its vocabulary. I'm curious to learn more about it.
The period of New France stretched from 1534 to 1760 and even until 1763 with the Treaty of Paris. It was a period when the great European powers were discovering other worlds to exploit new riches. For France, for instance, its sovereignty over America was justified by the propagation of the Christianity in the New World. Jacques Cartier was jealous of the riches that Spain and Portugal were extracting from their colonies. So, François Ier appointed Jacques Cartier to lead the first expedition in 1534. He was to discover new territories and eventually found a colonial empire. By 1641, New France had a population of 240, compared with 50,000 in the future English colonies of New England. Boston alone had a population of 3,000 inhabitants. Then, with the Royal Edict of 1663, France decided to make Canada a royal colony, imposing the French language at the same time. Therefore, Canada was to be administered as a French province. The king appointed a governor-general, always a military man, who was representing him and was responsible for the army as well. Before the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713, New France comprised 4 colonies, each had its own administration: Canada, Acadia, Newfoundland, which France was sharing with Great Britain under the name of Plaisance, and lastly, Louisiana.
But did you know that French wasn't always the dominant language? Actually, there has been a lot of fights for French to stay the main language in the territory and for the people to maintain their culture. The British people, once they won the territory, went to Quebec with the intention of imposing their culture. French people fought to maintain it with the Patriots. The Patriots actually failed. In the end, the English language used to be also a sign of being rich or having more authority in Quebec during those years. During the Industrial Revolution, the bosses from the company were often English-speaking people, while the workers were French-speaking people. If you refer to the poem Speak White, it explains how French people used to be under authority of the English-speaking people in Quebec.
The Bill 101 was first enacted in 1977. Its main goal is to force people to use French as first language, for instance, to use in more official instances, such as for political meetings in the parliament. Also, when you go to customer service, they have to serve you in French, and all of this proves that Quebec also had kind of a struggle to keep and maintain the French language as the most spoken, but it's the official language. French arrived in Morocco not on its own, it was because of the colonization. French colonization of Morocco was a major event in the country's history. From the protectorate established in the early 20th century to independence in 1956, this period left deep traces on the Moroccan society. The French conquest of Morocco. Well, the French colonization of Morocco officially began in 1912 with the signing of the Treaty of Fez between French and the Sultan of Morocco, Moulay Abd al-Hafid. This treaty established the French protectorate over the country, giving France political and economic control over Morocco. France's motives for colonizing Morocco were manifold. On the one hand, the aim was to extend French influence in the region and compete with other colonial powers, for instance, Spain and England. On the other hand, Morocco offered attractive natural resources, such as phosphate and copper, as well as interesting trading opportunities for France.
But Marilou, what is a lingua franca?
Well, I'm gonna explain it to you. It's a language that is used for people who don't share the same native language. For instance, French is a lingua franca for non-Arab speaking people in Morocco and non-Moroccan speaking people.
Oh, I understand better. But But is it threatening?
Well, for some people in Morocco, French is seen a bit threatening because it may take away some of the authenticity from the Arabic language that was spoken first.
But what's the link with Arabic?
In Morocco, people speak many languages or many different variations. For instance, they speak classical Arabic, but also standard Arabic and Moroccan Arabic, which is more specific to the country. But they also speak French, because French is kind of a language of prestige, education, administration, and in the media, French is spoken.
Oh, I understand better now. Thank you, Marilou.
You're welcome.